Good evening. I'm Danielle Thomas, and I'm excited to share with you today about my marketing plan project on Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova is now a champion in fast fashion online, but many people don't know their backstory. Um, the Richard Sagion is the founder, and he's an Iranian American. He grew up working for his parents at their retail store in in California. Um, he developed this love for fast fashion, and eventually he went on to open up his first store, a retail store in a strip mall in Los Angeles with the same name, Fashion Nova. The store, always did pretty well, and that was that. Um, However, he noticed how successful a lot of these different brands were online and doing e-commerce retail, and he was still a little hesitant. And however, he joined Instagram and early on so he could share the different looks from his retail stores. Fashion Nova before that had already had kind of a presence um, on social media due to some of his patrons would often share the looks they had online and would tag Fashion Nova. And so he decided to join and kind of piggyback off of that. And little did he know that that would kind of be the bread and butter of the brand, which is the user generated content. But I digress. Finally, so once he joined, he had like all these different followers on social media, like 60,000, even people who didn't even live in LA or in the LA area, but just loved the fashions he would share. And so finally, one weekend, he launched fashionnova.com in 2013, and all the inventory sold out over the course of a weekend. Fashion Nova's marketing strategies are kind of obvious. If anybody knows Fashion Nova, they know what they're known for, and they're the kings of this stuff. User generated content, a marketing concept that involves social media users creating original content that lends itself to a brand. So whether that's you ordering a Fashion Nova dress, putting it on, taking a photo, and showing it off, that's user generated content. And you share and you tag Fashion Nova, that kind of increases the brand awareness. It increases the brand impressions, and it's helped Fashion Nova to grow overall. Another way that one of their strategies that they follow to this day involves sending free clothing to social media personalities. If you have a certain number of following, you have a certain level of clout, hey, Fashion Nova might go ahead and send you an outfit or two. And further, you have people like Cardi B who every month they send him a list of the items they want, or other, not even just Cardi B, but even just social media models will send their list of the things they want. Fashion Nova sends them the clothes they want. They agree to post photos on social media of them wearing the outfits. That's influencer marketing 101. And people like Cardi B and Kylie Jenner get as much as $20,000 a month just for posting and wearing their free clothes on social media. Other ways that Fashion Nova has, one of their strategies is in celebrity collaborations. So if you've seen these collaborations, even as I recorded this video, you see a collaboration from Meg The Stallion, the popular rapper, has a swimwear line that she collaborated with Fashion Nova for this weekend that launched, and it's done really successfully. A lot of the pieces have sold out already, and so you've also seen similar success with collaborations with people like Cardi B, where within minutes the entire inventory sold out in her collection. Most of the inventory sold out in her collaboration with Fashion Nova. But who is Fashion Nova's target market? So we know those trendy strivers. They they see what someone else is doing online. They admire it. they're like, hey, I want to do that too. So they're the body positive, trendy, youthful women. They're sexy. And this group became more inclusive in recent years as the brand added its curve line, which includes larger sizes. For the curvier women, I think it goes up to size, it does go to the size 24. And so a lot of the people you see wearing it are Generation Y and and millennials, but also you have some Generation X in there as well. And like I mentioned previously, the market expansion piece has really been key, as it kind of fits in with the social climate of embracing body positivity. So then you started seeing more plus size editions, and that's plus size edition aren't just anything frumpy. It's kind of progressive to offer swimwear and lingerie for women of larger sizes. Further, when they've expanded into menswear in 2018, and also there's bridal wear and bridesmaids wear that Fashion Nova offers as well. And keeping up with that same energy, they offer that bridesmaid wear and bridal wear in the same sexy fashion as everything that Fashion Nova offers. So, what is their mission and vision? When you think of a brand that's as kitschy as Fashion Nova, you might think there's no mission. You might think there is no vision. But in fact, there is one. Saehyun, the founder and CEO and CFO, makes it really clear that he started Fashion Nova with the concept, fashionnova.com, with the concept that runways are dying. And people used to go and look at a runway so they can know what people are wearing, what people like. But not anymore. Social media is there to show what people are wearing, what are the trends. And Fashion Nova's aims to make those same styles affordable and available easily accessible to consumers as quickly as possible. So he does that with modest pricing, and that's something that they really like to do. I have a quote here from Sagan who says, I don't think it's fair for a brand to sell an item for $100 if they only made for $20. Now that's radical capitalism. Who's the competition? Now, when you say Fashion Nova, who's their competition? You might only and exclusively think of these Instagram boutiques. But in reality, what we found is that Fashion Nova was the top searched fashion brand in 2018, only behind Chanel, but ahead of Gucci and Louis Vuitton. So how does a brand like Fashion Nova even compete with these high-end old fashion houses like Chanel, Gucci, and Louis? You know, well, one thing is that they have advantage that Fashion Nova has against Chanel is that Chanel and these other brands are slower in production. See, they may debut 500 looks in a year, if that, when Fashion Nova can debut 500 looks as quickly as they can within a week or a month. But the disadvantage is that, of course, brands like Chanel have that presumption of quality. One would assume that you're purchasing a purse or a skirt from Chanel, that you would get a certain level of quality and prestige when carrying that bag. So that is one competitor, and one that you could probably grasp better would be Nasty Gal or which is a part of the Boohoo group. Boohoo group has a set of websites, including Boohoo.com, that sells these same fast fashion trends that are kind of similar styles. You can often get mimicked pieces or similar pieces as you would at Fashion Nova from sites like NastyGal.com and Boohoo. Boohoo Group, as I said, owns Nasty Gal now. The thing is that they have a brand like Nasty Gal. They have new leadership now, but in the past, their disadvantage has been that they had troubled leadership. Sophia Amoroso, who it was popularized from the show Girl Boss, in her book Girl Boss. She was the leader of Nasty Gal, and it was kind of a lot of workplace issues going on over there, and a lot of that took precedence, and then they ended up filing bankruptcy. But they were also one of those ubiquitous social media fast fashion trendy websites that you would see all over social media, but they've kind of scaled back in recent years. But one thing they don't have is they don't have the number of warehouses and the number of resources that Fashion Nova has, and we'll talk more about that later. What are those resources that Fashion Nova has? Well, Fashion Nova is a monster. See, their staff monitors social media for trends 24/7. And if they see a trend, they see something a celebrities wearing on a red carpet or whatever, they can send the piece to their design team, and the design team can render and produce samples in as quickly as 24 hours. The brand has 500 sewing factories across Los Angeles, and they have celebrities on retainer like Cardi B and Kylie Jenner, who are retainer for $20,000 a month, who they know for a fact will post their stuff because they give it to them and they are contractually in a relationship with them. Also, you can have products, they could have products, those same ones that they can render designs for in 24 hours. They can have those products ready for sale in less than 2 weeks. So that's one of their impeccable resources that, I mean, it really sets the bar high for other brands. What are the 4Ps? Fashion Nova's 4Ps: product, sexy or club wear, or just sexy wear are those items that Fashion Nova is known for. However, bridal apparel and menswear are also available, as we said before. Price. The brand prides itself on not overpricing and offering trendy pieces at affordable prices. The CEO, he's made it really clear. There should be plenty of other options in the market, but you know what Fashion Nova does is offer affordable pieces. As Fashion Nova only has 5 retail locations, most of its sales and notoriety come from online sales at fashionnova.com. Promotion: the brand doesn't use any traditional media advertising, including magazine placements or runway shows like many other fashion brands do that would be considered as competitors. However, the brand relies on leveraging those social media platforms and relationships. The brand has over 20 million followers on Instagram, making their profile one of the most popular on the site. So let's look at their BCG matrix and analysis. I'll say their dog is their sewing factories. Now, their sewing factories, although they having that abundance of laborers to generate fresh and new inventory has helped the brand succeed. There's been some inhumane payments there. They've paid people problematically there. In fact, one estimate had them paying as little as $2.77 an hour here in the United States in Los Angeles. The brand with that could be one step away from being canceled. It's best to just cut the workforce in half and pay employees equitably than to have that abundance of workers and pay them unfairly. The question mark at Fashion Nova is their shipping service. Okay. In a world where everyone has, well, about half of Americans have access to an Amazon Prime account. When we order something, we want the product to arrive quickly. So it borderlines on unreasonable to have to wait 4 to 7 business days for standard shipping, for which a customer has to pay a flat rate. A purchase of at least $75 does give you a complimentary shipping, but I think that's a little steep. The star of Fashion Nova will be their club wear. It's what the company's known for. The looks go beyond the club. Women want to look sexy at brunch and on dates. And although it's not clear how sustainable club wear is in the coming decades, these products will continue to generate revenue for the brand for now. Their cash cow is the jeans. Any woman knows Fashion Nova jeans are winners. They emphasize those curves. They're comparable to other expensive jeans from brands such as Good American and Lucky Brand, and their price points are great and about anywhere from a half to a third of what those other brands offer. Their pest analysis. Like I alluded to earlier, political and legal environment can be problematic for Fashion Nova. Besides the unfair wages to employees at their sewing factories, the New York Times published an expose about on internal documents from the Labor Department, where basically Fashion Nova had to do a $10 million in settlement with some of their customers who they did not adequately refund for shipping on orders that did not meet the company's shipping guarantee. Also, in the economic environment, Fashion Nova, by all accounts, is profitable. In 2018, the brand turned profitable, bringing in about 600% that year. The brand reportedly pays famous ambassadors, as I said, about $20,000 a month to wear and post about the brand. The CEO has said that those types of posts can translate to $50,000 in sales. And as far as social and cultural environment, of course, Fashion Nova embraces the also popular right now body positivity and sex appeal. The brand has become under scrutiny by conservative news outlets for some of its risque pieces, whether it's those buttless pants or the thong in the front shirts. They've pushed the envelope. However, in the generation who embraces their sexuality, they're kind of on trend with the times. Technologically, Fashion Nova is ahead of the curve when it comes to web marketing. Their strategies are innovative and ahead of their time. The user-generated content that comes through their hashtags, the social media influencer piece, they really have some longevity, especially through leveraging some of those technological components. Let's see. Fashion Nova strengths, of course, social media, the influencer relationships, those celebrity retainers, user-generated content. Their weakness is their reputation. Being so ubiquitous and people just knowing you for the slutty, sexy club wear, it can kind of maybe make certain demographics hesitant to purchase, and maybe as their current demographic ages, maybe it just doesn't seem to fit their style anymore. Also, there's that inequitable payment of staff at their warehouses, which can easily lead to them being canceled in the future. So opportunities left could be for professional wear and more modest apparel. Some of their threats could be being canceled in those high-end fashion houses, such as Chanel and Louis Vuitton, who have the longevity. Fashion Nova is that sexy fast fashion line, and I think they're here to stay as long as they pivot and learn to continue to leverage some of those resources they have and treat those resources that they have right. I think they'll be in for a long time. Check out one of Fashion Nova's commercials.
Yeah. Show me some. 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 Hey. I told y'all we was gonna get in some hot girl shit. Here we go now.
Well, Fashion Nova sure does bring the sex appeal. They do bring the diversity. And I hope you enjoyed learning more about how Fashion Nova has really changed the game when it comes to marketing and advertising in the social media age, marketing and advertising in fast fashion. And thank you for listening.